What people don't realize is that they're so against things like white nationalism and the KKK and all this kind of stuff. Yet at the same time, they're okay. Many people are okay with Jewish superiority theology. And of course, nobody calls it that. But it's this idea that we're the chosen people, we're better than you. And so you can't.
Yeah, and that's against the doctrine of justification by faith. That means you're trying to be justified by some man-made construct that is about power and coercion and wanting to be accepted by others. And that's why Paul in Galatians 1 said, look, if you're a servant of Messiah, I can't be a servant of Messiah and be trying to run around trying to please everybody or please this people group over that people group.
So, ultimately, I think that where it really stems from, once again, I don't think that this is people sitting around going, I hate Gentiles, I'm going to, whatever.
No, I think they really believe it.
Where this comes from is a misunderstanding of the term chosen. What does it mean that Israel is the chosen people? It doesn't mean...
But there's a romanticism with the rabbinic world in this a little bit, in that the idea on this racism idea is that there are streams in the Orthodox world that Jews have a holy soul and Gentiles have an animal soul.
Right.
And that's just it. Like, that's just it. Sorry, in the super extreme corners, it's like you're not even a true human if you're not Jewish.
Right.
So this is yeah.
Well, but ultimately, the fact is that being chosen, God choosing Israel, does not mean that he made their blood better than everybody else. It doesn't mean you're a superior human. It doesn't mean that you can navigate the scriptures better. Obviously, look at Israel throughout history. Israel has never been able to interpret the scriptures well, ever.
No doubt. And not only that, in the Torah, in Deuteronomy, is it Deuteronomy 7 or Deuteronomy 9? It says, look, you're going to get into the land and you're going to go, oh, it's because of my righteousness I did this.
Right.
He's like, no, it's for my name's sake I did this. I'm doing this for me.
Right.
I'm doing this for me. And my wife and I were just talking about this morning. It's so awesome. At the burning bush, Exodus 3, Moses says to the Lord, well, God says, okay, you're going to go to Pharaoh, et cetera, go bring my people out of Egypt. And he's like, who am I that I will do this? God never answers. God doesn't say who you are. Well, oh, Moses. You're of the line of a Levi, and you have special interpretive powers.
Right.
No, he says, the answer is, I am with you. It's about who God is. Right. It's not about who Moses is.
Yeah, what it means that Abraham is chosen, it means that he's chosen to carry the covenant. It means that the Messiah is going to come through his line. It means that they will retain the words of the covenant. And that's exactly what Israel has done. Not by anything that they've done either. It's that God has been the one who has preserved that through his people.
Right. I think in Romans 3, he says, what if they're faithless? Does that make God's faithfulness void? He's like, no.
No, may it never be.
It's a miracle. We have to realize, creation itself is a miracle. Our lives are a miracle. And inside that, we have the miracle of him preserving his word and the miracle of new birth.
Right.
It's all a miracle. It's nothing I can... It's not like I sit down and I'm going to study all the great wise people in history.
Here's the thing
and I'm going to choose the best.
I'll name drop real quick. This is why it was so interesting when Shapiro basically said, well, you're not Jewish.
What an idiot. Sorry. That's just...
I mean, the fact is that he thinks that because he's Jewish, ultimately it's a very racist statement. Oh, you're Jewish, so you can't interpret the scriptures. But it's also a cop-out.
It goes with a theology that says the Gentiles help Israel fulfill her role into keeping all the commandments.
Right.
So the commandments are not really for the Gentiles. The commandments are for Israel. And the Gentile believers in Yeshua are to help Jews so Jews can do their role. I mean,
it just shows that there is at least in that respect, there is
it's so slippery and twisted.
It is. Well, it's certainly not of God because it's a misinterpretation of Paul, but it's also a misinterpretation of all of Torah. So the Spirit of God is not present in that statement. because it's racist at its core. So basically, what you're saying
it's hijacking someone who's interested in Yeshua, and it's redirecting them to a different agenda.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Tell us your thoughts on this subject by leaving a comment in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and enable those notifications. And we'll see you in the next video.